House Majority Chief Deputy Whip Dan Kildee on that from the beautiful state of Michigan. Congressman, what did you think of that? What he's saying is enough already.
Well, I just think we have to provide the help that's necessary for people to protect themselves. And I get the point. I think we all get the point. The problem is there's just not a good alternative at this juncture. And so you've seen, big numbers of Democrats and Republicans both understanding that there are downstream consequences to this spending this money. But think of the consequence to a small business of losing everything they have if we don't provide help, or the consequence to a family of losing everything they have if we don't provide this help. They're in a far less well positioned to deal with losing everything they have than the United States government is to think through fiscal policy that might help us come out of this. So I get the point. I just don't see the alternative.
I'm just curious, though, Congressman, when you get the Chicago Tribune blasting the Illinois Senate request for another $41.5 billion, or asking for some money to deal with problems in the state. At the same time, a number of state governors have been talking about relief from the federal government. Mitch McConnell had earned some of their wrath by saying states can always, apply for bankruptcy. They can always file that. Was that so far off the mark? Because these are a lot of states that are having these problems, and they seem to want the government to take care of it.
Well, I mean, it's a governmental problem. I think there are two distinct questions. One,
But isn't it a state problem when a lot of states try to deal with this and let the federal government deal with it? That it's going beyond coronavirus. This might deal with past budgetary sins. The coronavirus has nothing to do with.
Well, that was the point that I was going to make. There are two areas. One, costs directly related to and revenue losses directly related to coronavirus. That's fair game. I think there is a separate question about how state and local governments are funded and what we need to do to rationalize that whole process. But as it relates to the specific losses and the specific costs associated with coronavirus, we need a national response. Some states are getting hit a lot harder than others. That's not the choice that those states are making. So I think there's a legitimate role for the federal government to provide that kind of help.
All right, Dan Kildee, thank you very, very much. I apologize for my voice, my friend, but very good having you. Continued good health. Be safe. Dan Kildee, the House Majority Chief Deputy Whip.